Hi students, after a long time this is our latest video which is belongs to motion in a straight line. ఈ చాప్టర్లో మనం ఒక వస్తువు యొక్క మోషన్ని స్టడీ చేస్తాం. అంటే జనరల్గా వస్తువు యొక్క మోషన్ని స్టడీ చేసేది కైనమాటిక్స్ అంటాం, మోషన్కి గల కారణాలను స్టడీ చేసేది డైనమిక్స్ అంటాం. ఈ చాప్టర్లో మనం నేర్చుకునేది ఏంటంటే రెస్ట్ అండ్ పొజిషన్ అండ్ ద పాత్ లెంత్ అండ్ ద డిస్టెన్స్ అండ్ ద డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ ద బాడీస్. ఓకే, ఫస్ట్ బాడీ రెస్ట్లో ఎలా ఉంటుంది, మోషన్లోకి ఎలా వస్తుంది, ఆ తర్వాత పాత్ లెంత్ అంటే ఏంటి, దాన్ని డిస్టెన్స్ అని పిలుస్తాం, ఆ తర్వాత డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ అంటే ఏంటి. సో డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ని డిస్టెన్స్ని ఒకేసారి ఎలా ఫైండ్ చేస్తాం మనం, అంటే ఒకే కాన్సెప్ట్లో ఎలా ఫైండ్ చేస్తాం, ఇలా వేరియస్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. సో చాలా యూస్ఫుల్ వీడియో, ఎవరైతే బేసిక్ లెర్నర్స్ ఉంటారో ఖచ్చితంగా వాళ్ళకి ఉపయోగపడుతుంది. సో ఇఫ్ యూ ఆర్ ద సీరియస్ JEE IIT aspirants, you should follow our channel and subscribe our channel, like our videos. Okay, thank you one and all. Let's start our topic. So motion in a straight line. So before going to learn about the motion which is along with the straight line, the scientist named who discovered at first the concept of acceleration, that is none other than Galileo Galilei. So he is very well known physicist to discover about the that is nothing but telescope which is used to find the distances between the and the nature of the surfaces of the moon was discovered and seen by the telescope which was discovered by the Galileo Galilei. He was one of the best modern thinkers who explained the motion of the bodies, and he proposed the concept of acceleration. So it means if acceleration is found out, the velocity and the time related concept was discovered by the Galileo Galilei. If the velocity was discovered, the displacement and distance of the body should be explained by the with respect to the time. So these are all interrelated to the acceleration. So hence, so the revolutionary ideas about the astronomy was used to learn moreover the dark spots on the sun and moons of Jupiter and also the phases of the Venus. So these are very advantages by the discoveries of the Galileo and Galilei, right? So now coming to our chapter. At first we have to learn the translational motion. In the translation motion, all parts of your body undergo the same change in position. All parts of the body undergoes same change in position. Okay, and in this chapter, the chapter name it is, what is that? Motion in a straight line. And in this chapter is restricted to translational motion along a straight line. Okay, right. So this motion is also known as the one-dimensional motion, and also it will be known as rectilinear motion, none other than rectilinear motion. Okay, so here in this chapter we have to study the motion of the bodies. All are in one-dimensional or they are known as the rectilinear motion. Okay, and one more thing it is, the objects which are in the motion, the size of the object must be very smaller to compare the distance traveled by the objects. Okay, so here in this chapter we have to assume that the size of the object is less than to the distance traveled by them. Okay, distance traveled by them. So now we have to learn about the kinematics. Kinematics. What is a kinematics? It is to study of the motion of the bodies. It is to study the motion of the objects. To study the motion of the objects without considering causes of the motion. అంటే ఒక బాడీ యొక్క మోషన్ మాత్రమే స్టడీ చేస్తాం. ఆ మోషన్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి కాజెస్ అనేవి మనకి అవసరం లేదు. ఓన్లీ మోషన్ మాత్రమే you have to study about the only motion. So that is the kinematics. So at first we have to study, we are saying that the motion in objects are in one dimensional motion and rectilinear motion. How they can be one dimensional and why they are in rectilinear, these causes will not be excluded in this kinematics. Just we have to learn about only the motion. Okay, and one more you have to know here, that is dynamics. It is nothing but the reciprocal of this one, that is nothing but to study about the causes, behind the motion of the body. అంటే ఒక బాడీ మోషన్లోకి రావడానికి ఎలాంటి కారణాలు కావాలో ఆ కారణాలను మాత్రమే స్టడీ చేస్తుంది. ఓన్లీ అబౌట్ ద కాజెస్. సో మోషన్ మాత్రం ఇక్కడ స్టడీ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. బట్ సో దిస్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ హియర్. ఇన్ కైనమాటిక్స్ మోషన్ ఈజ్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ బట్ కాజెస్ ఆర్ నాట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఇన్ డైనమిక్స్ కాజెస్ ఆర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ and motion is not important. So this is the variation between the kinematics and the dynamics. Okay, now the straight line motion. When a particle is in motion, then if the line joining between two successive points or positions, is a straight line, then it is called straight line motion in a straight line or straight line motion. Okay, so this is the definition for the straight line motion. When a particle is in motion, then if the line joining between two successive positions, for example, if a particle A is here at point x1 and after some time it will be there x2, and after some time it will be at x3, and after some time it will be at x4. So this is the positions of the particles. x1, x2, x3, x4 are the positions. A is the particle, and two successive positions mean the position of the particles side by side, first particle and second particle, this one and this one. Between these two we are joining the line, then it can be straight line. From here, this one and this one, these two are the successive points. We have to joining the line, then it will be a straight line. From these two we have to joining the line, it will be a straight line. So this is the straight line motion. So here the particle P is at x1, and after some time particle is x2 at x2, and after some time particle is at x3. Then so this is the two successive points, and this is the two successive points, and this is the two successive points. So this is also a straight line motion. So this is the straight line motion, this is the straight line motion, this is the straight line motion. So here this motion is called as straight line motion. When a particle is in motion, then if the line joining between two successive positions is a straight line, then it is called straight line motion or motion in a straight line. Straight line motion or motion in a straight line. So this is a straight line motion. Now we have to study about the straight line motion of an object. Okay. Here the reference point which we are studied about the motion, that is called origin. So this is the origin point. So this point is this line is the origin. Okay. So the origin is reference to study about the motion of the body. So either it is xyz coordinates or any plane. For example, here there is x-axis and this is y-axis and this is z-axis. This is the origin point here, O. If a particle is moving along with the x-axis 2 meter, okay, and the y-axis along with the 2 meters, and along with the z-axis it is 2 meter, then so it can be set like this. So this is the motion of the particle in the 3-dimensional. So we are studying about the reference frame along with the reference frame. First, suppose in a wall clock the seconds hand should be moves like this, right? So this one and this one, this in this way. So this is the reference frame of the reference. We have to find the vibrations of the oscillations of the seconds hand. Okay. So this is the reference frame. The frame of reference, it is used to study about the motion of the body. The importance of the frame of reference is, it is nothing but to study about the motion of the body which is in 1 dimension. Okay. So before going to study about the motion, and you have to study about the rest. So what is the rest? So very important. Okay. So rest, it is nothing but if a particle's position does not change either with respect to the time. Okay. If a particle's position does not change with respect to the time, then it is called at rest. Then the body is at rest. సో టైం బట్టి పార్టికల్ అనేది పొజిషన్ చేంజ్ చేసుకోకుండా ఎప్పుడు ఒక దగ్గరే ఉన్నట్లయితే దాన్ని ఏమంటాం, రెస్ట్ అంటాం. ఇఫ్ ఎ పార్టికల్స్ పొజిషన్ డస్ నాట్ చేంజ్ with respect to the time, then it is at rest. For suppose if a body will not be moves until how we can see whatever the time you have to see, the position will not be changes, that can be said to be at rest. Okay. The position of the wall clock on the wall always be same place. It will not be moves either this side or either this side, or either this side or either this side. So it will not be moves, it will be fixed at point. So that is the rest. So with respect to the time, so for suppose you have to see at 9 AM, the position of the wall clock is at some place, for example at X place. At 10 AM it can be seems to be same place, and 1 PM and 2 PM, whatever the time you have to see in that, the position will not be changes, that is the rest. Okay. Now we have to know about the motion. So the motion, it is nothing but if a particle's position continuously changing with respect to the time, then it's said to be in motion. Okay. It means పార్టికల్ యొక్క పొజిషన్ అనేది టైంను బట్టి ప్రతిసారి మారుతూ ఉండాలి, కంటిన్యూస్గా మారుతుండాలి. అంటే ఒక టైంలో చూసినప్పుడు ఒక దగ్గర ఉండాలి, వేరే టైంలో చూసినప్పుడు ఇంకో దగ్గర. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద హ్యాండ్స్ హియర్, సెకండ్స్ అండ్ మినిట్స్ అండ్ అవర్స్ హ్యాండ్స్, ఇఫ్ ద సెకండ్స్ హ్యాండ్ will be continuously changing its position by the time. Okay, so this is the motion of the body, but the position of the clock will not be moves, it will be rest. But the position of the hands in the inside the clock, that is will be changes by the time to time, it will be continuous changing, that is the motion. So this is the main difference between the rest and to the motion. సో టైంను బట్టి పొజిషన్ చేంజ్ అయితే దాన్ని మోషన్ అంటాం, టైంను బట్టి పొజిషన్ చేంజ్ కాకపోతే రెస్ట్ అంటాం. ఓకే, నౌ వీ హ్యావ్ టు స్టడీ అబౌట్ ద పొజిషన్ అండ్ టు ద path length or distance and to the displacement. Now we have to study about them. Let us know about the path length or the distance and one more displacement. The main variation between the distance and the displacement we have to study here, right? The distance is also called as path length. Okay, so what is the path length or the distance? So here the length of the length of actual path, the length of actual path between final and initial position, or initial and final positions. Initial and final positions. Okay, so the length of actual path between the initial and final positions is called path length, and it is known as the distance. Okay, for suppose if a particle is at the place of x1, the particle P is at a time t is equal to 0, it is at x1. So and after time t is equal to 2 seconds, it is 0 second, then the particle is at point at x2. So here the total path length should be the difference between the initial and final points. So that is nothing but x2 minus x1 here. So this is the, for example, this is 0 meters and this is 10 meters here, 10 minus 0 here, 10 minus 0, it is equal to 10 meter here. So this is the path length or the distance. Okay, the MKS units of the distance, it is equal, MKS units, it is the meter, and the CGS units of the distance, it is the centimeter. Okay, so these are the units. So distance has only the magnitude, very very important point you have to remember here. Distance has only the magnitude, it has no direction, it has no proper direction. For suppose if we have to go to nearby market, from your home. So this is your home, and this is a market, right? So there are so many directions are there to go to the market. The first direction, it is this one, this is the path one. The another direction, so this is the direction you have to reach your market, and this is the direction you have to reach your market. So here the direction will not be here to mention in the distance. The distance can have only the magnitude. For suppose here you need to 20 meters of distance, here there is a need to 10 meters of distance, here there is need to 15 meters of distance. The quantity is only here, that is the magnitude, but here the direction will not be here. Okay, so distance is a scalar quantity, very very important. The distance is scalar, scalar, it is meaning that a physical component which can be having only the magnitude, that is the scalar, right? Now we have to learn about the displacement. It is nothing but the shortest straight line distance directed from initial position to final position irrespective of the path. Irrespective of the path is called displacement. The shortest straight line distance directed from the initial position to final position irrespective of the path is called distance, or it can be said to be displacement is change in the position. Displacement is change in position. Change in position. Simply we can say displacement is the change in position, or we can say the shortest straight line distance directed from initial position to the final position irrespective of the path. For example, if a man is going to his friend's home, so this is the house of the friend. Okay, the way it is here, so this is the path traveled 20 meters of distance, and here this is the 5 meters of distance, and he moves in this direction, that is 20 meters of distance. The total path length traveled by the, so total distance here it is 20 meters plus 5 meters plus 20 meters. So then 20 plus 20 plus 5, it is equal 45 meters. So this is the path length or the distance. The displacement, it is nothing but shortest straight line distance directed from the initial position and the final position. So this is the initial position and this is the final position. The shortest distance here, this is the shortest distance directed from the initial and to the final position irrespective of the path length. అంటే path length పైన ఆధారపడకుండా ఇనిషియల్ పొజిషన్ కి ఫైనల్ పొజిషన్ కి షార్టెస్ట్ డిస్టెన్స్ ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో, దట్ ఈస్ this 5 meters is known as the displacement. Here the displacement it is equal 5 meters. Displacement it is equal 5 meters. See, generally సాధారణంగా మనం హైవే రోడ్ పైన వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు రోడ్ పైన యూటర్న్ దాకా వెళ్ళాలి. అటువైపు వెళ్ళాలంటే మనం ఏం చేయాలి, ఇక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి యూటర్న్ దాకా వెళ్ళాలి. షాప్ ఇక్కడే ఉంటుంది, మనం వెళ్ళాల్సిన షాప్. మనం ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాం, మనం ఏం చేయాలి, ఇక్కడ నుంచి ట్రావెల్ చేసుకుంటూ ఇలా వెళ్ళి ఇలా యూటర్న్ తీసుకొని ఇలా వచ్చి ఇక్కడికి రావాలి. అంటే సో ఇక్కడ ఒక 20 meters ట్రావెల్ చేసాం అనుకుందాం, ఇక్కడ ఒక 5 meters ట్రావెల్ చేసాం అనుకుందాం, ఇక్కడ ఒక 20 meters ట్రావెల్ చేసాం అనుకుందాం. టోటల్గా ఎంత ట్రావెల్ చేసాం, 45 meters ట్రావెల్ చేసాం. ఎక్కడికి వచ్చాం మళ్ళీ మనం, డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ద, మన ప్లేస్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఎక్కడ చేంజ్ అయిందంటే దిస్ ఈస్ ద డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్. ఎంత, 5 meters. సో యాజ్ దిస్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. ఓకే, సో డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ అనేది ద షార్టెస్ట్ డిస్టెన్స్ డైరెక్టెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ ది ఇనిషియల్ పొజిషన్ అండ్ టు ద ఫైనల్ పొజిషన్, ఇనిషియల్ అండ్ టు ద ఫైనల్. ఓకే, irrespective of the path length, irrespective of the distance, the shortest distance between the initial and final positions of the object. So that is the displacement. So the displacement, it is nothing but it has the magnitude and to the direction. So it has magnitude and also direction. Hence the displacement, it is known as the, it is called as the vector quantity. But in case of distance, it is the scalar quantity. But coming to the displacement, it is the vector quantity. The MKS units of the displacement, it is meters, and the CGS units of the displacement, it is the centimeter. So this is the main difference between the displacement and distance. Displacement, it is meaning that the change in the position. Distance, it is nothing but the total path length traveled by the particle. Total path length traveled, the actual path length traveled by the particle from its initial and to the final position. So this is the major difference between the distance and to the displacement. Okay, are you understand? Let us Here one more example for better understanding of the distance and displacement of the object. Here let us, a car is moving along with the positive x-axis, along with the positive x-axis. So this is the positive x-axis and this is the negative x-axis. So here there is a car which is moving along with the x-axis. Okay, the points are O, Q, P. So this is the 0 meter and this is the 240 meter and this is the 360 meter, let it. Okay, at first we have to study about the distance. Distance, it is the total path length, actual path length between initial and final positions. Initial and final positions. So that is nothing but we can write that it is equal x2 minus x1 in meters. And coming to the displacement, how we can find the displacement? The displacement, it is the change in the position. Simply we can say the displacement is the change in the position or the shortest distance directed from the initial and final positions irrespective of the irrespective of the path length. Okay, so this is the change in the position, change in position from initial to final, initial to final position, final points, initial to final points. So this is also x2 minus x1 in meters. Okay, so now we have to understand, for the better understanding we have to see the various cases in this example. If a car is moving along with the x-axis, positive x-axis, at first car at position O, that is 0 meter, and after some time it reaches the point Q at 240 meters, and after some time it will be reaches point P at 360 meter. Okay, now it is the process we have to study about the distance, and it is the process we have to study about the displacement. For example, displacement of the car in moving O to P. For example, displacement of the car from O to P. The point O, it is 0 meter and P, it is 360 meter. And now the displacement, how we can find the displacement? Change in the position from initial to final points. So initial point here it is the x1 and final point here it is the P, that is x2. Okay, the difference between x2 minus x1. So displacement, it can be x2 minus x1, it is equal, what is x2 here? X2, it is 360 meter. And what is x1 here? 0 meter. It is equal 360 meter as positive. So the sign, it is positive. The positive sign indicates the direction of the path, that is positive x direction. Positive x direction means in this direction. So here the positive symbol, it is sign, it is indicates the direction of the path of the car, that is positive x axis. We can write that positive x axis. Okay, and it is meaning that the displacement of the car, it is having the magnitude 360 meter along with the positive x direction, So in case of displacement, it has direction and also the magnitude, So this is the vector quantity. Okay, and similarly the displacement of the car, from P to Q, So here the point P, it is the x1 here and Q, it is the x2 here. Now we have to find the displacement between the P to Q. P nunchi Q ki. It means P is the x1 point, Q is the x2 point. Now the displacement should be x2 minus x1 here. Then what is x2 here? That is x2, it is equal 240 meter, and minus of x1, what is here? That is x1 here, this is 360. So now it can be written as, what is that? Minus 120 meter. Minus 120 meter. Here 120 is the magnitude of the displacement, and negative sign indicates the direction of the motion of the car. It is negative x-axis. Negative x-axis. అంటే కార్ అనేది ఏం చేస్తుంది? పీ నుంచి క్యూ వైపు వస్తుంది, అంటే ఈ డైరెక్షన్లో వస్తుంది. ఎట్లా? నెగిటివ్ ఎక్స్ యాక్సిస్ వైపు వస్తుంది. ఇందాక ఏం చేసింది? ఓ నుంచి పీ వైపు ఈ డైరెక్షన్లో వెళ్ళింది, అంటే పాజిటివ్ ఎక్స్ యాక్సిస్. అంటే డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్కి కంపల్సరీగా ఏం కావాలి? డైరెక్షన్ కావాలి అండ్ ఆల్సో మ్యాగ్నిట్యూడ్ కావాలి. డైరెక్షన్ కావాలి అండ్ ఆల్సో మ్యాగ్నిట్యూడ్ కావాలి. ఓకేనా? అండ్ నౌ కమింగ్ టు ది డిస్టెన్స్. నౌ ద డిస్టెన్స్ ట్రావెల్డ్ బై ద కార్, from O to P and back to Q and back to Q. It means the distance from the O to P and again back in Q, P to Q. Now the car is at position Q point. Okay, O నుంచి Pకి వెళ్ళాలి, మళ్ళీ P నుంచి ఎక్కడ రావాలి? Qకి రావాలి. ఎంత దూరం ట్రావెల్ చేసింది? దట్ ఈస్ ద డిస్టెన్స్. The total path length, the actual path length, it is nothing but, what is the actual path length here? So path length, it is nothing but, now here it is the x1 here. What is that? The total path length O to Q, that is 240 meter and also 360. It means O నుంచి Pకి వెళ్ళింది, ఎంత వెళ్ళింది? 360 meters ట్రావెల్ చేసింది. మళ్ళీ P నుంచి Qకి వచ్చింది. P నుంచి Qకి ఎంత వచ్చింది? 360 minus 240 ఎంత? 120. 360 plus 120 ఎంత? 480 meters ట్రావెల్ చేసింది డిస్టెన్స్. చూడండి ఒకసారి, ఓ నుంచి పీకి వెళ్ళాలి, పీ నుంచి మళ్ళీ క్యూకి రావాలి. ఇప్పుడు కార్ ఎక్కడ ఉంది? క్యూ దగ్గర ఉంది. అంటే ఎంత దూరం ట్రావెల్ చేసింది? అంటే టోటల్ పాత్ లెంత్ కావాలి. సో డిస్టెన్స్కి ఏంటి? యాక్చువల్ పాత్ లెంత్ బిట్వీన్ ఇనిషియల్ అండ్ ఫైనల్. యాక్చువల్ పాత్ లెంత్ ఇది ఇనిషియల్, ఇది ఫైనల్ పాయింట్. యాక్చువల్ పాత్ ఏంటి? ఇక్కడ నుంచి పీకి వెళ్ళింది, అంటే 360 మీటర్ వెళ్ళింది. మళ్ళీ వెనక్కి ఎంత వచ్చింది? 360 minus 240, 120 meters వచ్చింది. ఓకేనా? 360 plus 120 ఎంత? 480 meters ట్రావెల్ చేసింది. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద డిస్టెన్స్. సో హియర్ O to P it is 360 meter and plus back to the Q. ఫ్రమ్ ఎక్కడ నుంచి? P నుంచి Q, P to Q రావాలంటే P అనేది 360. This is the x1 point and this is the x2 point. So x2 minus x1 or x1 minus x2, P నుంచి Q కి 360 minus 240, there is no direction, distance has no direction, it is 120. It means 120 meters was traveled. So therefore the distance it is equal 480, what is that? Meters. 480 meters. In this case, what is the displacement? Find out. From which points here? From the point O to Q. So the displacement between the O to Q, it is O2 point is the here x1 and Q it is the x2. The displacement it is equal x2 minus x1. It is 240 meter minus 0 meter. So here displacement it is equal O to Q. X2 minus x1 here, it is equal x2, it is the 240 meter minus 0, it is equal plus 240 meter. So displacement it is the plus 240 meter, but distance it is the plus 480 meter. Okay na? The positions are same, but distance it is the total path length covered by the object or the car, but displacement it is the shortest distance between the initial and the final positions, that is the displacement. Okay, for suppose if the car is moving back P to Q and again it means Q to O. ఇప్పుడు కార్ ఇక్కడ దాకా వచ్చింది, మళ్ళీ వెనక్కి వచ్చి సేమ్ O పొజిషన్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోయింది. ఫస్ట్ ఏం చేసింది? O నుంచి Pకి వెళ్ళింది. ఎంత దూరం? 360 మీటర్లు వెళ్ళింది. అగైన్ కమ్ బ్యాక్ 120 meters వచ్చింది, అంటే 480 ట్రావెల్ చేసింది. అదే మనం ఇక్కడ రాసాం 480 meters. మళ్ళీ అదేం చేసిందంటే మళ్ళీ ఓ వరకు వచ్చేసింది. ఓకేనా? సో మళ్ళీ ఓ వరకు వచ్చింది అంటే ఇంకొక ఎంత 240 వస్తుంది ఇటు. అంటే ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఓ నుంచి పీకి 360, మళ్ళీ పీ నుంచి ఓకి 360, 720 కిలోమీటర్స్ ట్రావెల్ చేసింది, 720 మీటర్స్ ట్రావెల్ చేసింది. దట్ ఈస్ ద డిస్టెన్స్. బట్ పొజిషన్ మాత్రం ఎక్కడుంది? మళ్ళీ సేమ్ ప్లేస్లో ఉంది. సేమ్ ప్లేస్లో ఉంది అంటే ఇప్పుడు డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఏం చెప్తాం మనం? x2 కూడా సేమ్ ప్లేసే, 0 మీటర్సే, x1 కూడా 0 మీటరే. సో 0 - 0 ఇట్ ఈస్ ఈక్వల్ 0. అంటే డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ 0, బట్ ద డిస్టెన్స్, యాక్చువల్ డిస్టెన్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఈక్వల్ 360 మీటర్ ప్లస్ 360 మీటర్. హౌ మచ్ ఇట్ ఈస్? 720 మీటర్. ఓకేనా? సో ఫర్ సపోజ్ particle is moving, car is moving O to P and again P to O. Then the distance is equal, what is that? O to P 360 meter and plus P to O it is 360 meter. Then 360 it is equal 720 meter. But the displacement it is equal, so the place will not be changes. Displacement it is meaning that change in the position. So the position will not be changes. Displacement it is equal 0. So here the one word you have to remember, if the displacement is 0 but there is a distance, very very important point. Is it possible the displacement 0 and the distance is somewhere? Yes, it is possible. If the displacement of the particle is 0, then the distance is also there. Okay, displacement సున్నా అయినా కానీ డిస్టెన్స్ మాత్రం ఉంటుంది, రైట్? మరి డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ డిస్టెన్స్ రెండు సమానంగా ఉంటాయి ఎప్పుడైనా? ఆలోచించండి ఒకసారి. ఈజ్ ఇట్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ అండ్ డిస్టెన్స్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్? ఈజ్ ఇట్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ అండ్ డిస్టెన్స్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్? ఎస్, దే ఆర్ ఈక్వల్. దేర్ మే బి ఈక్వల్ ఆర్ అన్ఈక్వల్. For suppose in case of this one, from O to P the distance is equal, how much distance it has? 360 meter distance. From O to P, how much displacement here? x2 minus x1, 360 minus 0, it is equal 360. It means from O to P distance is equal 360 meter, and also displacement here it is 360 meter, positive 360 meter. Okay, so here one more important point we have to remember: distance and displacement may or may not be equal. may not be equal కావచ్చు, ఈక్వల్ కాకపోవచ్చు. డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ 0 అయినా కానీ డిస్టెన్స్ మాత్రం ఉంటుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనం ఇంటి దగ్గర నుంచి మార్కెట్కి 2 కిలోమీటర్లు ట్రావెల్ చేసాం, కొద్దిసేపటి తర్వాత మళ్ళీ మన ఇంటికి వచ్చేసాం. ఎంత డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ అయ్యామంటే 0 డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్. ఎంత డిస్టెన్స్ ట్రావెల్ చేసామంటే వెళ్ళడానికి 2 కిలోమీటర్లు, రావడానికి 2 కిలోమీటర్లు, 4 కిలోమీటర్ల డిస్టెన్స్ ట్రావెల్ చేసాం. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ హియర్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద example for better understanding of the distance and displacement. We have to see one more example. Let us consider a particle which is moving from A to B in the path 2 and the path 1. So the curved path, it is meaning that this is the distance to the length of the curve. Length of the curve. Path length or the distance. And the straight line which is in the path 1, straight line it is equal displacement. Straight line is displacement. Okay, straight line is the displacement. So here the distance it is nothing but the total path length covered by the particle. The distance it is nothing but the shortest straight line irrespective of the path. That is the displacement. Okay, and for example, if a particle is moving from A to B is equal 4 meter and B to C 3 meter, what is the path length here? The total path length covered by the here distance, it is equal What is distance here? 3 meter plus 4 meter. 4 plus 3. It is equal 4 plus 3. It is equal 7 meter distance or the path length. And what is the displacement here? The displacement, it is equal shortest straight line from the initial and the final position. This is the initial and this is the final. From the Pythagoras theorem, we have to find that it is 3 square plus 4 square. It is under root of, what is that? 16 plus 9 under root. It is 25 under root. It is 5 meter. Okay. Therefore, the displacement, it is displacement here. It is equal 5 meter. The distance it here 7 meter. The displacement here it is 5 meter. So this is the way you have to find the distance and the displacement. Okay. The last example, which is if a particle is moving from P to Q in a circle, O is the origin and theta is the angle and R it is the radius of the circle. Okay. The particle which is moving from P to Q, and now here we have to find the distance and the displacement. So the distance, it is equal the curved path here. So the curved path traveled by the particle, curved path. So that curved path should be PQ, it is equal arc of PQ. Arc PQ, it is equal radius into angle. Radius into angle. So it can be R theta. So therefore distance, it is equal R theta. Distance is equal R theta. And coming to the displacement, it is equal PQ, the straight line of the PQ. Displacement here, straight line. So curved path of PQ and straight line of PQ. Straight line PQ. Right. So here the straight line PQ should be found out by, so this is the theta, where the opposite side of the theta, it is nothing but a sine midpoint of the origin. It can be R sin theta by 2 and R sin theta by 2. It is 2R sin theta by 2. 2R sin theta by 2. So this is the displacement. Very, very important concept here. This is the displacement of the particle and this is the distance of the particle. Okay, in the circular motion. So these are all the examples of the distance and displacement for better understanding. So I hope all are you understanding. So please like our channel and please like the video and share to your friends. And if you have any doubt, please write the comments in comment section. Thank you one and all.